All right, I think we are live. Let me check. What is up, naturals? Are we live? Tell me in the comments if we are live, or am I talking to myself? Let me check. How are you today? Are you there? All right. We are live. We are live. Hello. Amazing. Today is day 2 of our English challenge going on all week. Hope you can see February 12th, which was yesterday, to the 16th, which is Friday. So Monday through Friday is our Go Natural English Challenge week. Let me move my microphone up a little bit so it's out of the picture. Amazing. So you are here for day 2. Congratulations. That is amazing and awesome. And I'm super excited. So a big welcome and hello to you. Hello to everyone who is watching. That means you. Hello. So tell me in the comments that you are watching, that you are here, that you can hear me, you can see me. Just type hello, hi, or whatever you would like as a greeting. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna watch for your comments. Now, for the challenge, you should sign up. So I think most everyone has already signed up over at GoNaturalEnglishcom/challenge. That is super important because when you sign up, you're going to benefit more from the English challenge. I'm going to send you emails that guide you through the challenge so you know exactly what's going on and you'll be able to watch the replay of the live English lesson events. And at the end of this week, you are going to get a prize. If you are signed up and you participate in the English challenge this week. So does that sound like a good deal? I mean, it's 100% free. So if that sounds pretty good, then let's do it. Let's get working on our English fluency this week. So make sure that you've signed up. I just want to take care of a couple things here. Make sure that you're signed up. Make sure that you are watching this lesson and all the lessons on the official watch page, which if you're watching this right now on YouTube, make sure that you click on the link in the description. It's GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge-1. You can watch on the official watch page because the comments on YouTube disappear after I stop this live stream. And I want to see your comments. I want to be able to respond to them. So make sure that you're watching and commenting on the official watch page on the Go Natural English website. Also, it's very important to stop whatever you're doing right now and think about, is there someone in your life? There's gotta be at least one person, maybe a friend, family member, colleague, someone who would benefit from working on their English together with us. It's gonna be fun, you guys. Invite that person to join us. You can share the GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge page to sign up. You can also share the official watch page. There's no problem in sharing that, but it's very good for everyone if they sign up at the challenge page because that's the way that you get a prize for your participation at the end. So I want to make sure that you get that at the end. And finally, the last thing, the last housekeeping item that I want to take care of is to ask for your support for the Go Natural English YouTube channel to help us to grow our community. Please subscribe to Go Natural English on YouTube. That would mean a lot to me and it will help us to grow our amazing community of positive thinking, really amazing English learners from all over the world. That would make me really, really happy if you'd subscribe. And let's see how we can improve and grow and evolve our community this year. Awesome. So, if you didn't already know, my name is Gabby Wallace. I am an American. I'm an English teacher. I've been teaching English for so long now, like 15 years. And I did my master's degree in teaching English to speakers of other languages. So I talked a little bit yesterday more about who I am and what Go Natural English is. So I really recommend, if you didn't watch day 1 yet, you can join the challenge and I will send you a replay of that day 1 lesson. So I'm not going to repeat everything from day 1. I just want you to know that I told a lot of my story and a lot of what Go Natural English is, and that you can trust me as an expert English teacher. Through Go Natural English, you're going to learn how native English speakers speak, how you can improve your English to sound more natural or native-like, meaning the way that people speak in the real world, natives and people who are fluent. Maybe they didn't grow up or they weren't born speaking English, but the way that people speak when you're in an English environment. We want you to feel confident and powerful in any English speaking environment. So that's why I'm here to help you. And everything that we do here at Go Natural English is to help you to improve your fluency and your confidence in any English speaking environment, whether you're learning English for your work or for travel or something related to your personal interests, or maybe you have a family member who speaks English, or maybe you'd like to go study abroad in an English-speaking country. Whatever your motivation is, you're in the right place. And I want you to feel like you're in a safe place. We talked yesterday about making mistakes and how we're changing the way we think of mistakes. They're no longer bad. Mistakes are good opportunities to learn. So I know that at least one person wrote in the comments on the official watch page yesterday that the main idea from day 1 was that mistakes are an opportunity to improve. So let's make more mistakes. Okay, amazing. So about the challenge, if you're just joining us right now for the first time, this is for you if you're new to Go Natural English. So if you haven't really heard of Go Natural English before, or you've just watched 1 or 2 videos, you're in the right place. This is very lucky timing because I only do an English challenge very rarely, maybe once or twice a year. So congratulations, you are very lucky. You've joined us at the right time. If you are about at the intermediate level in English, maybe a little advanced, or maybe kind of a high beginner. Intermediate is a broad term, but you are in the right place. Go Natural English is like a bridge from intermediate to advanced, from your old textbook to the real world, to more modern ways of communication, the way people really talk in the real world. The challenge is from Monday through Friday. So we just really started and we're covering topics like the Go Natural English method and techniques for learning English quickly, fluently, in a fun way that you can actually enjoy. And we're covering things like grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and today, listening skills, which I know that you want to know about. You guys always ask me a lot about how to improve your listening and your understanding of fast English speakers. So that's what it's about. The challenge is happening every day this week online, so you don't need to go anywhere. In fact, you can watch from your cell phone, from your whatever you have, your iPad, your laptop, your computer. You can watch pretty much from anywhere with an internet connection, which is pretty awesome. And we're doing it every day at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York time or Boston time. And we're doing it because I love to help people to communicate better. And English is my native language. And as I mentioned, I studied my master's degree in teaching English as a second language. And I just want to bring what I've learned, my expertise, my experience, and my passion for learning and teaching languages to you. So that's why we're doing it, to reach more people who, like you want to improve your communication and your fluency and your confidence in English. Why English? Because it's the language of the world, the language of travel, international business, information technology, medicine, research in science, and much, much more. So although I love learning other languages, I know how useful English can be, and I want to share my technique and my method, the Go Natural English way, to help you to get where you want to go faster. So, how can you benefit from the challenge? Well, every day this week, not every day forever and ever, only this week, okay? Every day, come and participate in the lessons. And by participate, you can do that in several different ways. You can watch, just like you're doing now, watch and listen. You can repeat after me if I ask you to repeat something, or you just want to repeat what I'm saying. You can answer the questions that I ask you by typing in your answer in the comments, which if you're watching on the watch page, the official watch page on Go Natural English, you can comment below the video. So you can actually participate actively. You don't have to just watch. Although if you want to just watch, that is fine too. But you'll benefit the most from participating. So I would like to know, can you tell me by answering out loud and in the comments, are you ready to improve your listening skills in English? Yes or yes? I think you have just one option, because this is the place to improve your English skills. And today we're going to talk about some listening techniques. I'm going to share some examples with you. And I'll even share from inside the English Fluency Formula ebook, which is for sale, but I want to share a little bit with you for free. And tomorrow is Valentine's Day, so definitely come back tomorrow, because we're going to be talking about vocabulary and native speaker idioms and slang, and how we can talk about things that we really love, because of course the theme for Valentine's Day is love, and we're going to be sharing our love of English learning together tomorrow. So I want to share a little story with you about when I was learning Spanish. So I thought, like maybe you thought as well, the best way, maybe the only way to learn a new language like English is to go to a formal school. I went to a university and I signed up for a Spanish language class. Did you take an English class in high school or in your university? If you went to university, you can tell me in the comments. Well, I went to 2 years of Spanish class at my university. And after 2 years, I was starting to get a little tired of just going to my class, my traditional language class at the university, and studying my traditional textbook and learning from my very nice Spanish teacher, who was actually American but teaching me Spanish, which was also her second language. We had to learn long lists of vocabulary, individual words, and I remember specifically, I don't know why I remember this. I think I got so frustrated that day, and that's why I remember it. But this list of vocabulary was a list of animal names like hippopotamus and rhinoceros. And I started thinking to myself, when am I ever going to need to talk about hippopotamuses or rhinoceroses? How about never? So I got angry, actually, that this textbook and this curriculum were wasting my time, making me learn things for the test, for the class, just because they were in the textbook. Words that if after about, let's see, 10 years? No, more than 10 years of speaking Spanish, I have never once used those words in a real life conversation. And I know it's the same in a lot of English classes. You have to memorize individual words that are not helpful for your vocabulary or your listening skills because you really don't really hear those words ever in real life conversation. And I knew that I had a problem when, after 2 years of studying Spanish, I went into a local Spanish supermarket, a bodega that was owned by some people from the Dominican Republic. And they were speaking in Spanish amongst themselves. And I was trying to listen just to see if I could understand. And I listened for about 10 minutes. And I swear I wasn't even sure if they were speaking Spanish because I understood less than 1%. And I thought, okay, maybe it's just the Dominican Spanish that I can't understand. Maybe it's just totally different than the way my teacher speaks Spanish because she learned Spanish in Spain and maybe she has an accent because she's American. I said, okay, let me try again. So I went to the movie rental store, the DVD rental store, and I rented a DVD that was from another Spanish-speaking country, and I said, I'm gonna watch this movie in Spanish and see how much I understand. So I put the DVD on, I made my popcorn, I was ready to have fun watching this movie in Spanish. I said, I'm not gonna put the subtitles on, I'm just gonna see how much I can understand. And I watched about 30 minutes of this movie, and again, the same thing happened. I thought, is this the right movie? This can't be the right movie. This has to be a mistake. This has to be an error because I still can't understand more than 1% of what they're saying. This must not be Spanish. This must be another language. And I realized it was a problem with my listening skills because I had never, up until that point, 2 years of Spanish study, I had never actually been immersed in an environment with native or even really fluent Spanish speakers. I had spent 2 years in a classroom with other American beginner to intermediate Spanish learners. And my teacher, who was a good teacher, there's nothing wrong with her. She was a nice woman, but there was only one of her and about 40 of us. And that's not enough. It's really not enough. And that's why I had such problems with my listening skills in Spanish. So I knew I had to do something at that point. If I wanted to ever be fluent in Spanish, to ever understand native Spanish speakers, I had to change the way I was learning Spanish. Now, can you relate to this? Can you tell me in the comments if you've ever felt like this, if you've ever felt a little frustrated, like you don't really understand what native English speakers are saying? Maybe you feel like you didn't get enough listening practice in your English class with your teacher, or can you relate to any of this? I'm just taking a look at the comments now. Sarala, I took English class in high school. Yeah, Rosanna, thank you for your comment too. Angelica, thank you so much for being here. This is amazing to see all of your names. And Aldo, you're back. It's nice to see some familiar names from yesterday. Wonderful. So we have hundreds of comments and thousands of people watching. I know there's a lot of you watching and not commenting. So comments if you can. I would love to see your comments. Your interaction is important to me too. So I think we've established there's a problem with the way that we traditionally learn our listening skills. The classroom environment is not the same as the real world environment. So if you want to learn English to forever be in a classroom, then learn English in the classroom. But if you want to learn English for travel or for conversations with other English speakers or for business, negotiations, presentations, and much more, you have to get out of the classroom and you have to try different environments, different situations, and good methods of learning that will help you with real world, natural English. Another issue, maybe you've experienced something like this, but in my Spanish classroom, we had to read a lot and we didn't actually listen or speak a lot of Spanish. We didn't listen to or speak a lot of Spanish. So have you experienced this where in your English classroom, you just read a lot and maybe you listened to your teacher lecture a little, but the teacher's lecture is not really the same content that you hear in the real world? Well, I had to read a lot in Spanish. I remember really just wanting to be able to have an everyday conversation, but my teacher would have us reading literature, 18th century Spanish literature and poetry, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with 18th century Spanish literature. However, being able to read and analyze and critique old Spanish literature was not my personal goal. My personal goal, my desire, has always been to communicate with real people, to express myself, to understand what others are saying. Real people who are alive right now and not 18th century Spanish poets who are no longer with us. But I want to talk to real live people. How about you? Do you want to talk with real live people? Tell me in the comments. Yes or yes. So reading is not the same as listening, because when we read, like when I read in Spanish, I'm imagining that the letters sound the same as in my native language. Everyone does this. It's natural. Every adult learner does this because we learn that an R, for example, has a certain sound. In English, it's er. In Portuguese, it could be eh, or it could be also like er. In Japanese, it could be like le. It's kind of hard to give examples without a full word, but the R in Spanish could be like a r or a d. It could be different. So we take what we already know from our maternal language and we place it on any letters that we see, anything that we read, because that's how we learned to process what we see, those letters. We learn to process them into sounds that we recognize. That's how our brains have recognized patterns in our own language. And maybe if you don't have enough input or enough exposure to English, you're not used to the sounds of English. And reading, unfortunately, is not going to help you to identify the sounds of English. So your listening skills are going to be a problem if you don't have enough input. Now, your maternal language has sounds that are not the same as English sounds. English sounds have English words can have different sounds, and English letters in the English words have different sounds than they would have in other languages. For example, stress is very different in English and in Spanish. In English, we say animal. In Spanish, you'd say animal. It's a different stress and the vowels have a different sound. Just a small example, but it's different. You already know that. It's very different. That's why we're here, because we need help. So having enough input or exposure or materials to learn from is really, really important. And not just any material, because if you're learning from materials that are not good for you, maybe they're too advanced or maybe they're too boring and you can't stand to listen to them. If you have no interest in the materials, it's not going to be as helpful as if you are interested, you're motivated, and they're at a good level for you. So what happens if you use materials that are not good for you? You're going to feel overwhelmed and frustrated, just as I felt when I tried to watch that movie in Spanish and when I tried to listen to native Spanish speakers speaking in the supermarket. I felt overwhelmed, I felt frustrated, I felt angry because I had wasted time and money and effort, 2 years, and I still couldn't understand a basic conversation or a movie. So think about the way that babies learn a language. Now, you know a lot more than a baby. You've learned a lot in your lifetime, but babies learn a little bit at a time, and they're not expected to understand everything that they hear. Whereas an adult, like you and me, we're expected to understand everything we hear, right? People look at us, they know we're not babies. So when you can listen to English and understand everything you hear, you're going to be able to understand conversations around you, like my situation at the supermarket, trying to listen in to a conversation. You'll be able to understand that finally. You'll be able to, for example, watch a movie and understand what you're hearing without subtitles and enjoy that experience so much more. You'll be able to ask for information. Maybe if you're asking for directions or you want information on prices, if you're looking for a hotel or if you're going shopping, if you want prices or sizes or any information, you'll finally be able to understand with confidence. If you like listening to music, you'll be able to understand music, finally, like a native English speaker. You'll be able to understand speeches, the news, current events, TED Talks. I love watching TED Talks. And if you didn't know, I did a TEDx talk. You can actually watch it. It's a good way to practice your English because you can put the subtitles on if you like. And you'll be able to also understand clips on YouTube or really any media once you can improve your listening skills. You also can let go of the fear of not understanding, the fear of, oh, what if I misunderstood and what if I got things wrong? You can let that go because when you can finally understand what you're listening to, you're going to have confidence, you're going to feel sure of yourself, and you're going to have more information than other people who don't understand, and you're going to be able to make decisions faster and take more intelligent, well-informed actions. So it's super important to develop your listening skills. So now I want to share some techniques. If I can share some techniques with you, will you tell me yes? Is it okay if I share some specific techniques for improving your listening skills? I'm going to check the comments here. Oh my gosh, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. I love you all. Thank you so much for your comments. Now, make sure that you're commenting on the official watch page because the YouTube comments, although I can see them right now, like right this second, they're going to disappear as soon as I stop this lesson. So please make sure that you click on the link right below here in the description, GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge-1, and make sure that you're commenting on the official watch page so that I can see your comments and I can respond to them and they don't just disappear. Okay, great. So I see a lot of yeses. Sure, yes. Thank you, Rosanna, and thank you, someone from Taiba University. I can't read in Arabic, but thank you for your comments. Wonderful. Okay, so I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 techniques I'm going to share with you, and then some examples that you can test your listening skills with. Okay, actually, Should we do that in reverse? No, let's do techniques first. Let's do techniques. So when you're listening to English, try to, instead of listening to everything in one big chunk and trying to process that big chunk all at once in your mind, try to listen for specific sounds and specific individual words that you already know and that you already understand. So in other words, start from where you are today, right now. Start from your current level and listen carefully for individual words that you already know. For example, in that sentence, maybe you know the word words, but maybe you didn't quite hear that word I said before words, individual. Maybe that's a new word. That's okay. If you don't know that word yet, just listen for the words that you recognize first, because it's important to start from where you are and understand what you can right now. It's better to understand a little bit than to get frustrated and upset with yourself and impatient or angry with yourself because you can't understand everything right now. Next, what you do understand in a conversation or in a lecture or what you're listening to, don't translate. I have a whole video about this on YouTube, which is actually a really popular video. It got super popular in the last couple of months, has millions of views. So I invite you to watch it if you haven't yet. Don't translate, because translating takes a lot of time. Translating takes time when you should be listening, not translating. So you're going to miss more of the conversation. You're going to miss more of the listening material if you're trying to translate at the same time. Translation is difficult. It's difficult, and you don't need to do it. At first, you might feel like you have to translate because that's the way that we learned how to understand English or how to understand another language, is our teacher always told us to translate from our native language to English. But I'm telling you, I promise you, translating in the long run, so over a long amount of time, is not going to help you. So I know other teachers might disagree with that. I think that if you're a beginner, a very, very beginner from zero, translation is okay. But at your level, at the high beginner, intermediate, and advanced level, you don't need to translate. It's just going to keep you from understanding more. It's going to make you miss more of your listening material. So don't translate. Instead, listen for the words that you already recognize and understand them directly from English. So understand their meaning directly from English without translating. So I don't need to translate hola into hello to know that it's a greeting. I know that hola in Spanish is a greeting, right? So I don't need to translate that. And that's just a small example, but as your vocabulary grows in English and your understanding of words in English grows, you don't need to translate. So trust me on this. It's going to be a little bit more difficult in the beginning to stop translating, but over time, it's going to help you to understand so much faster and to speak so much more fluently, much faster, that in the end, you'll thank me. I promise. I swear. Really. Okay. Listen for the words that you already know, and then listen for stressed words. So, what is a stressed word? A stressed word is a word that is clearer, a word that is stronger, a word that you hear more high-pitched, or you hear more of an emphasis. I'm doing it now. Stressed words are often the most important words that carry the most information. So they are the most important to listen for. So if you're listening for stressed words, you're going to understand the most important parts of the listening material. So listen for stressed words always. Listen also for tone and context clues. So if you're in a situation, let's say you're in a group of people in an office, and it's about 11:30 in the morning in the office. You're at your new job. Everyone's speaking English at your new job, and you're a little nervous because you're still learning English, which is okay, and it's okay to feel nervous. It's normal. People are talking, but you're not sure what they're talking about. Well, let's think for a minute. The context. Let's think about the time. 11:30. What are people usually thinking about by 11:30 if they're at the office? Well, I'm always thinking about this thing, but at 11:30 especially, people are thinking about where to eat lunch, right? So you might think about that and listen for any words related with where to eat lunch. That's just one small example of how you can use the environment, the context, and people's tones, the way that they're expressing themselves. Like, are they asking a question? Where do you want to go to lunch? Or do you want to eat lunch with me? Listen for intonation or tone. You can get a lot of meaning from that and the context as well. Final tip for you. I know I'm giving you a lot of tips today. The final tip is to be patient with yourself. Really, aim for 60 to 80% understanding. And if you don't understand 10, 20, 30, even 40%, just be patient with yourself because it'll come. It'll come with time. It'll come with the right materials and learning with the right method and technique. So if you're not quite at 60% listening, understanding yet, then probably you need to choose an easier material. You might be at a more beginner level. Okay, so I want to give you some examples. Can I share 3 examples with you? And then can I share a little bit of the English Fluency Formula ebook with you? Tell me yes or yes. Tell me if it's okay. Okay, awesome. I see people already commenting. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to share a sentence with you, and I want you to write in the comments what you think I'm saying. Okay? Here we go. Number 1. Did you eat yet? So write what you think I said in the comments. I'll say it once more. Did you eat yet? Okay, I'm waiting. Write your answer in the comments. Do, 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 do. It's our Jeopardy song. See if you have the correct answer. Do, 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 do. All right. I think we might have an answer. There's a little delay here. Yes, I see. Oh, the names are moving so fast. I saw a correct answer here. Yes, okay, Stephen Galindo, and I see a few other correct answers, but the names are moving so fast because there's so many comments right now. Okay, did you eat yet is correct. Okay, are you ready for number 2? Number 2 is, I ate an ice cream cone. Write what you think I said. Now, here's a hint. This is the answer to the question, did you eat yet? So, one more time. I ate an ice cream cone. So I'm speaking like I would with my friends. And speaking pretty quickly. I don't slow down the way I talk with you, but I just try to present clearly. When I give a presentation on business or entrepreneurship to native English speakers, I speak like this too, because I think during a presentation, it's professional to speak clearly. If you listen to speeches by really good speakers, like ex-President Obama spoke very clearly. It's not because he's speaking slowly for people who are learning English, it's because it's professional to speak clearly. So anyway, let's see. Did you get what I said? I see some correct answers. I ate yes, okay, Ahmed. Good. I ate an ice cream cone. Good answer. Yes. Well, it's not true. I wish it was true. I would love to eat some ice cream. I would love to eat an ice cream cone, but sadly, I did not eat an ice cream cone today. Okay, I have one more. One more. Are you ready? Are you listening? How'd you like it? So this could also be a continuation of this conversation. Did you eat yet? Or did you eat yet? I had an ice cream cone. Or I ate an ice cream cone, if we go very slowly. And then I'll say it one more time. How'd you like it? What was that thing I just said? Write it out. This is like a dictation exercise. I want to see how your listening skills are, if anyone can get it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. A lot of you got this. Good. How did you like it? Excellent. Okay, I'm going to share a little bit of the listening chapter from the English Fluency Formula ebook, which is an ebook that I wrote for you that includes my best tips all in one ebook. It's downloadable. It is a premium Go Natural English product, so it is a paid item. It's audio and text, but today I'm going to show you a little bit for free. So let me bring it up on the screen. Actually, let me ask you first, is it okay for me to share this with you? Would you like me to share the listening portion, some of the listening portion, with you? Yes or yes? Okay, I see some yeses. Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you. You should now be able to see the ebook, I hope. Let me make sure that you can see that. Yes. Okay, excellent. Okay, and we're going to go into the chapter about listening, which is here, Unit 7. So this is in the Go Natural English members area. So this is a paid product, as I mentioned. You're not going to find this on the blog. This is in the members area. So the listening chapter is, it's a little bit long. I'm going to just share a little bit with you. So we're going to start here. I'm going to read, and you can improve your listening by listening to me reading right now. How about that? And just as a reminder, before you go today, before we end, tomorrow we're going to be sharing our love of learning English together for Valentine's Day. So make sure that you sign up for the challenge officially at GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge so that you can get all the information about each day's English challenge this week. It's this week only, Monday through Friday. As I mentioned, as I showed you, let's see, the English challenge week, February 12th through 16th. Okay, here we go. English learners create a lot of problems for themselves when they try to equate the spelling of a word with the way it sounds in conversation. Put simply, English spelling does not always clearly inform us of the way a word sounds. For example, the English O-U-G-H spelling has many different pronunciations. One reason for the multitude of pronunciations is that many English words are borrowed from other languages. Sometimes the words aren't spoken exactly as they're spelled. Here's an interesting example. If English letters always made the same sounds, then the word GHOTI or goatee would sound like the word fish. That is because in the word cough, the letters GH make an F sound. In the word women, the O makes an I sound. And in motion, the TI makes a sh sound. Welcome to English. I love that example. I really do. I'm going to stop there. I know that's just a little bit of inside the listening chapter of the English fluency formula, but I didn't realize that I've been talking for so long today, and I really had so much fun with you guys. So I want to thank you so much for coming today to the English challenge, and I just want to ask you once more, if you joined us late, make sure that you sign up officially for the challenge at GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge. The link is also in the description if you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description below. And share this with your friends. The whole point of English Challenge Week is to help everyone to improve their English this week. People like you, people like your friends, your family members, your colleagues, maybe even people that you don't like, but you think that they want to improve their English. I don't know. It could be really anyone. You could share this on your social media. You could share it with your best friend. You could share it with your old English class buddy, your classmate. And make sure that you're subscribed to Go Natural English. Get on the train, get on the bus, get on the wagon. Get on the subscriber wagon. Be part of our amazing community on YouTube, because I am actually releasing a new lesson each week on the YouTube channel. So I don't want you to miss that. You can get a notification when you subscribe, and you'll get more information about the English challenge when you join it officially. GoNaturalEnglish.com/challenge. And I forgot to even mention, the best part is when you join the challenge and you participate each day, you're gonna get a prize for free at the end of this week. So I can't wait to tell you what it is right now. It's a secret, but you're going to love it. So thank you so much for watching, for joining me. I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you here tomorrow on Valentine's Day to share our love of English learning together. Thanks again. Mwah! Sending you love and good wishes and lots of English fluency and fun. All right, bye for now.